What's going on, guys? This is my coverage of the Lightfighters Anonymous event that took place in early September 2025. This event was special in that it was the very first event I've ever hosted at my new training center in Northeast Texas. Attendees would begin showing up on Friday afternoon and can arrive as late as early Saturday morning. Those who arrived Friday, however, would get the chance to take part in the night reconnaissance mission to check out the front of the AO. Once briefed, the patrol would begin staging and conducting PCCs and PCIs prior to stepping off.
After we finish that assault through, we'll basically hit our LOA, and the assault team is going to basically clear back through, probably putting whoever's on the furthest south, full security to the south, so the rest of the team clears through, grabs any information, gets our flag, our high irons that are valuable.
Yeah,
and then we're going to get off once that information is collected. Grab the team, off the AO as quick as possible.
He drove from the other side of Texas, which is basically California.
Hey, welcome. Okay, I appreciate you all being here. This is the very first event I've ever hosted here. Okay, I'm ecstatic to have you guys here because what you are is a test subject for me. Okay, I know you guys are here to have a great training exercise. Brock and I and his crew have helped me and him plan this fucking great exercise for you. So we hope you enjoy it. But again, this is for me. This is a test run for what will be One Shepherd, Delta Company One Shepherd next year. Okay, you guys are about the same size as One Shepherd, so it's really helping me show me what I need to improve on and what are the goods, what are the sustains, and what are the improves. Okay, so from me to you, thank you for showing up. Thank you for fucking putting yourself through this. This is a grueling fucking exercise. Okay, just from what I know is going to happen in the next 24 hours. You guys are going to be exerting a lot of physical energy, so I hope you're staying hydrated, you're fucking eating, you're ready. Okay, because I'm telling you, you guys are going to earn it.
Safety briefing is happening again tomorrow morning at 7 in the morning. Nobody is late, guys. You're not late. We just have a possibility tonight of an early patrol, so guys are gearing up to go on an early route recon to recon the route in for tomorrow. The guys that basically missed the early part of Brent's portion, he's just saying this AO. First off, this exercise is going to be difficult. It is going to be long. It is going to be strenuous. Be safe. No one's getting any fucking LARP medals of honor out here for hurting himself. Okay, you just miss work. All right, and don't sue me or Brent, please, because we don't have any fucking money. However, be safe, be smart. The terrain is difficult. There are wild animals, there are bugs and hogs, and don't fuck with that stuff, okay? Use common sense, you should be good. The first portion of my ROE is general safety, okay? So it covers the two AOs, 15 up top here, and we're going down to a 120 down south. They're approximately 5.25 miles apart. They are 5.25 miles apart. You can read about basically the land, but I can tell you, it looks flat on map. It's not as flat as it looks. It's arduous terrain. It's thick, and there is multiple unmarked like water features, ponds, lakes, whatever you want to call them, puddles, huge fucking puddles, and they're everywhere, and they're completely unmarked. So do be careful where you're walking at night. If you go face first into a puddle, guess what? You're wet. We are on private land. Please respect private land. Let's try our best to keep this not
the AO. If we get into a gunfight, you can step off the side a little bit, but do not push into the AO, into enemy territory. There's a very good chance you will get killed if you go running off in there alone. Tonight's main objective, like I said, we are going to recon the route in. We want to find our boundary lines so we know where our infill is tomorrow, and we're really just getting eyes on the environment to see what it looks like. See if tomorrow during the op order where we give our plan and everything, see if we have the right areas that we can execute our plan, infill into the AO with. As we get down there on this larger map, vehicles are going to bring us to a steel bridge here. At this steel bridge, we will exfil, or we'll get out of the vehicles, and we will walk into the AO. We will do our actions on that I was just talking about, recon the area, and then we will come back.
I wasn't an OC with these guys during the night recon, so I don't have any footage from that. But as soon as they got back, they conducted a hot wash on how it went down.
That's a good fix. That's a good fix.
Get out of the road.
Standing in the fatal funnel, right?
Well, yeah. There's a few other things we can work on tomorrow before we step off. Like a lot of you guys haven't done this stuff before, so we would stop moving and everybody would just kind of stand around looking at each other like
stop moving, get outside, take a knee, pick up 360 security, find a sector.
We can go over that tomorrow morning. Things we did good though. Nobody got lost. Everybody was able to keep count of people very well, and that's, say what you want, that's a pretty big fucking ask on a night like this with so little loom. Yeah. So everybody keep up with the guys. So.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, welcome. I appreciate you all. For those of you that rolled in late last night, I appreciate you all. Okay, this is the very first event we've ever held here, and I hope this is the start of a very long future. Okay, I'm trying to get this training center up and running so that we can host things like One Shepherd, SNS Training Solutions, Lightfighters, things like that going forward, and other associated courses like land nav, tracking, shit like that. This is a very harsh and arduous terrain fucking theater. All right, you guys are going to make a 5 1/4 movement this morning. Okay, so be prepared for that. All right, the nearest hospital is like a fucking hour and a half away from here in Paris, Texas. Did you guys get the brief sent out? You remember that? It was like a student brief or AO brief.
No, I didn't send that one out. I didn't know if that was actually allowed to get sent. My fault. But they got snippets of it.
All right, so the nearest hospital is in Paris. All right, you guys can't forget that. Fucking Paris, just like France. All right, that's the nearest, biggest hospital. There's a urgent care that's probably 45 minutes away, but you know it's hit or miss whether they're open or not. So, long story short, don't get hurt. Okay, watch what you're doing. Fucking wildlife, fellas, everything's out here. Fucking hogs, coyotes, bobcats, rattlesnakes, copperheads, those venomous nasties. All right, they're out here. So watch what the fuck you're doing, okay? Watch where you're stepping. Be careful when you pick shit up, like logs and move stuff, particularly when you're trying to set up a patrol base. Be careful. There could be a copperhead under there. I've been out here for about 5 months, off and on, moving around through the woods. I haven't seen a rattler yet, but I know they're out here, okay? I have seen a copperhead, but it was when I picked up a board. I haven't seen one laying around. I have seen plenty of non-venomous snakes just milling about, okay? There's also water moccasins out there. You guys are going down to the lowlands of this area. It's wetlands. So what that means is, hey, when it rains heavily in certain times of the year, that shit floods. So fucking water moccasins are out there, okay? That's another nasty venomous one. Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with any of the wildlife. I even heard that if you kill a timber rattler, it's like hefty fine, like they're endangered or some shit, okay? On top of that, the hogs have annihilated timber rattlesnakes, so they're not even rattling as much anymore because that was a way that the hogs were finding them. So they've kind of adapted to that. So if you're going with the expectation that a rattler is going to start rattling before you fucking get close to it, he probably isn't. Okay, so be smart, fellas. Be smart. As you guys can see, the AO that you're going to on the very south side is the Sulphur River. It's a fucking river. And my property line, it's like a fucking cliff. So if you're walking and you're coming close to the south end of the AO, you're gonna walk right off that cliff and go straight down into that. And I don't have any idea how deep that sucker is. So be cognizant of where you're at. Additionally, the boundaries in the AO are not marked by anything. Okay, so it's incumbent upon you to know where you're at. You need to make sure you're in the AO. Okay, because if you go into adjacent property, hey, guess what? These people don't give a fuck who you are. They could be out there hunting hog. I did my best to notify the area in terms of who lives out here of our training, but you know that doesn't say that there couldn't be somebody on their property doing something. Okay, so again, be cognizant. Not everybody could be a bad guy out there. Your enemy is wearing tiger stripe utilities, and they have red armbands. Mm-hmm. Red armbands. All right.
And they'll have guns.
Yeah. The civilians out here, they have nothing to do with your simulation. They don't give a fuck what you're doing. Okay, so don't treat them like they're part of the simulation. This road and then the next road that you're going to turn that right on, River Road, hey, that's a public fucking access roadway. Okay, so anybody could be on there. So as you guys are patrolling down the streets down here, don't treat it like it's fucking Way City or anything. All right, don't be pointing weapons at fucking civilians that are just going about their daily life. When you guys cross into the AO, all right, when you get to this part, it's absolutely party time, all right, or at least approaching AO, it's party time, all right. What's that? Oh,
The OPFOR has a pretty good idea where the party's allowed to start too.
Lost person plan. So if at any time you find yourself disconnected from your team, your squad, your element, and you don't know where the fuck you are, everybody should have a compass on them. If you don't, fucking look at the sun, figure out what time it is, and go off that. But go due north. You're gonna hit a improved road. What do I mean by improved road? Well, we're not gonna have fucking you're not gonna have paved asphalt out there. It's gonna be just like this road Bobcat cut that came up. It's gonna be an improved road, and that's the only improved road out there. It runs east and west. Okay, that's this one, River Road. So you go shoot a northern azimuth. You go to River Road, stop and wait on River Road. Don't get any bright ideas that, hey, I'm gonna fucking start walking in this direction and hope to run into somebody. No, just go to River Road, stand by. Eventually, we will find you. Okay? Anybody have any questions on that? All right. Field sanitation. Small shit, but remember, we have many years ahead of us for training. Okay? So please, if you hike it in there, hike it the fuck out. If you're gonna drop a deuce out there, fucking dig a cat hole. Shit in the cat hole, throw your shit wipes in there and bury it. Okay? Please preserve this training facility for future use, future generations of fucking war fighters. Okay? That's all I ask of y'all in that regards.
Pictures of surface shitters up on the wall. The wall of shame.
So, Brock's gonna cover other aspects of safety. I do want to hit on the whole. Hey, we got role players out there. Some of them are good, close personal friends of mine. Do not fucking, if you kill them, and they get down and they take their cover off and they're sitting there pretending to be dead. Do not go in there and thinking you're going to be going through their pockets and their gear. If they have intelligence, ask them if they have any intelligence, and if they have actionable intelligence, which they may, they will show it to you, and or give it to you. Okay? If they won't give it to you, then just take a picture of it, or write it down or something. All right? But they may have something that they can give. I don't know. But ask them. Don't fucking search them. Be pulling out their cell phone in their pockets and looking at pictures of their wives and girlfriends and shit. Okay? Okay. On you.
All right, gentlemen. Guys, Lightfighter events are about patrolling, not gunfighting. I am not a gunfighting instructor. Hell, I'm not an instructor for really anything at all. But we are here to practice patrolling. We're not here to practice specifically gunfighting. Gunfighting is a small aspect of patrolling, but this is about the patrol. It's about how you got there, not the end product. Mission success in a gunfight relies on so many critical factors that happen well before the fight even starts. Are you guys dog-ass tired? Are you fed? Do you have the equipment you need? Are you in the right position? Does the enemy know where you're at? Okay? These are the things we're after. When it comes down to the actual gunfight, there's no simulation platform. I'll get into that. You're not going to be able to actually physically shoot the bad guys, but the OPFOR is a training partner, okay? They're going to react appropriately as they can to your fires. If the single man fires, it might not be effective, but a team's fires will be. A squad's fires will be. All right? So understand that if you're not achieving the exact effect on target you want with your AR-15, ask 3 buddies to help you shoot the guys, okay? That's how we fight out here. We fight as, big brain monkeys fight together, guys. This is not about the individual fight. This is not about your... Later, Gandalf.
These guys were about to make a 5.25 mile movement just to get to the training area. The movement itself is going to be a gut check for a lot of guys. Couple that with the temperatures rising as it gets later in the day and the amount of gear the individual packed out for a 24-hour op, this is going to be a challenge even for a fit individual.
All right, everybody, get with your squad leader that you had last night. If you did not have a squad leader last night, step over by this blue vehicle.
Squad.
Hey, real quick, sorry, fellas. I know you guys are trying to do some. Give me a school circle real quick. Just keep this open. Real tight school circle. All right, hey, you guys heard of the Professional Citizen Project? Hell yes. All right, good dude, or good group of dudes, really. But he's put out a lot of pubs and material that's oriented towards armed prepared citizens. All right, so a lot of what he does is take military publications like the Ranger Handbook and kind of translate it into applications for armed prepared citizens. All right, so essentially you guys. Okay, so him he reached out to me and he put together a little care package for you. All right, so throw these out. You guys can take them to the field with you. They're ready to go. All right, but these are yours. Yours to keep.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I got a patch.
You're assuming I can
It's got pictures of stuff.
Tracker hidden in each one.
See, this is why I play rugby. There's stickers to put on now.
If you guys want to take a second to run back, throw this in your car or wherever.
Well, you should be able to use this shit on the hop.
Pop them open, see what's well.
Everybody get one?
I got one.
Anybody missing one?
Thanks, Brent.
That's Professional Citizen Project that donated that stuff, so.
Oh, interesting.
That's like pornographic material, isn't it?
Hell yeah,
Fapping intensifies.
If he's shooting, you're moving. If you're moving, he's shooting. If you're moving and he stops shooting, you start fucking shooting immediately.
Right here. Line them up, line them up, line them up. Let's go. Good to go?
I didn't get. Oh, now I got you now. Thanks.
Everybody good? All right, let's go.
Yep.
As you can see in the technical, the longer the hike went on, the more packs that accumulated in the back of it. This exercise would have a dedicated OPFOR element for it. The Blue 4 had no idea how many OPFOR there would be because most of them were already down in the AO before the participants started to arrive. OPFOR for this exercise would establish a campsite down in the AO and would be outfitted with tiger stripe utilities as well as sporting red identifying armbands. The ultimate objective of the Blue 4 during this FTX was to locate and raid this campsite. OCs, or observer controllers, are essentially the referees during this event and would wear yellow armbands on their arms. It's important to note that unlike a One Shepherd FTX, this OPFOR is purely to serve as a training tool for the Blue 4. They are not trying to push the Blue 4 shit in, completely anyways. They are there to provide a realistic enemy opposition force to enable learning by the Blue 4.
So our plan is be around here. We're going to be fucking around until about 3. We're going to have a hard link up back at our patrol base at 3 in the afternoon. We're going to reconsolidate then, prepare me and Randall for a 6 p.m. OC switch off. It's what's scheduled. You're going to park that thing and probably just start hiking back the trail with your arm band.
I'll tell you right now that you guys.
I'm gonna pick your face.
We're going to push
I don't care. I'm kind of on the internet.
That's right, yeah. You're already a YouTube star.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go hit them up on the road and let them stay as possible. They're gonna be stoked. All right, cool.
All right, guys. So FTX is kicked off. So right now, the Blue 4 Lightfighters are making a 5 1/4 hike just to get to the training area. All right, so they're gonna be fucking smoke checked by the time they get here. So OPFOR is in place. I just dropped off one of my ATVs for the OPFOR so that they have an opportunity to use that for getting around the AO if need be. So I'm going to be an OC with the Blue 4 starting off. So I'm going to link back up with those guys once they get to the AO. And then I'll be with them till about 1800. At that time I'll do a swap. And then I'll get to go have a little fun, put on some tiger stripe and be on the OPFOR side. So
That's where we're at right now. So far, so good. Those Blue 4 boys are getting smoked on this hike, though. I'm telling you, you come down here, my new training center here in Texas, better be in shape. That's all I gotta say.
As the Blue 4 neared the completion of their hike and the entrance of the AO, the Op 4 had established an ambush point on the main trail that leads off the main road into the AO. Anti-tank mines and IEDs were also placed on the road to prevent Blue 4 vehicle traffic from coming in. Blue 4 used this time to resupply all their guys with water after completing the hike and to begin coordinating their next movements. Op 4 would ultimately see the Blue 4 dump into the tree line with their technical still on the main road and begin to adjust their plans accordingly. After being in the same position for an extended period of time, it was obvious that many of the guys were smoked from the hike and their security began lacking. Most notably, they had no security oriented down the main road towards where the main entrance of the AO was. Op 4 ultimately exploited this gap in their security by coming down the road and assaulting Blue 4 from behind.
What? I don't even have my Garmin on. I'm just gonna use my Calfoto.
Dead, dead. Everybody in the technical's dead. Both of you are dead. Take your hats off.
Tighten in the cluster. Go closer. Yep, tighten her up here.
APL, pull your bandana off. You two can't talk right now, you're dead, okay? PL, take a T. You're dead. You can't do shit. All right.
Just team one, the team two. We got one possible enemy contact moving towards y'all right as we speak. They disengaged us.
I'm gonna get back on security and watch this road.
Yep. Hey, what's your name again?
Miss Pink.
Miss Pink, that's right. Can you punch out to the road for me, pull security?
Whoop.
Thank you. All right, boys.
All right, command team. You got about 3 more minutes before you respawn. Any lessons learned from this?
A couple of them.
What you got?
So definitely make sure we have a good full 360 security. Definitely don't just have on your most likely admin approach, don't just put one gun, even if it's your heavy. Make sure you have a couple extra guns there, just in case one man's kind of sleeping and not paying attention, or if they get extra jobs going on. But yeah, because we ended up having the technical running back and forth, doing extra jobs, and that kind of distracted them from their main objective of watching the road. And so we didn't have, because we had them doing extra jobs, we didn't have extra security posted on the road to watch that while they were eyes off. And in that confusion, the enemy, or the Op 4, was able to basically walk right down our main avenue of approach. And they basically shot command in the back to start off their assault.
A little humbling, right?
Yep. Yep. Definitely a lot of good lessons learned. But you can't learn if you don't come out here.
APL, you got anything? What do you got?
Yeah, we need to make sure our machine gunners and all of our guys are getting their rest cycles, their breaks, food, water, things like that. And so it's easy, I think, to forget what supporting or accessory teams, and it's easier to focus on just the guys who are boots on the ground doing stuff. And all the teams need to be taken care of and looked after. And then building on top of that, all weapons need to be supported, especially a weapon that's covering a main or likely avenue of enemy advance. And so that needs to be maintained with eyes on constantly all the time. And so we need to have, also, that would also mean that we need to have cross-training of team members on weapon systems. So we need to have team members cross-trained on them, and we also need to maintain our break structures.
And I've actually got a little more to add into that. That also shows the importance of time hacks. If we would have been able to have been kind of behind because of the heat, if we would have been up with our time hacks like we had preset, we would have already had a squad of 4 moving down that road to basically clear it with the big gun watching them. But because we were behind on our time hacks, it gave them that opportunity to basically catch us being slow. We run down the road, they're going to check and look for any IEDs or any kind of enemy contact. I'm going to have you guys basically here as the supporting squad. If they get under fire, their actions on contact are basically to dive off the left side of the road into the bush, get on line off over here to make sure the enemy can't push off the left side, and you guys are to dump heavy machine gun fire down the road into them. Clearly let your guys get out of the way. They'll probably, if contact happens, they're going to pop and jump to the side, and as soon as you're clear, line them up. Then
Blue 4 would ultimately begin pushing a squad down to the entrance to secure it while the other squad remained in place. While this was going on, Op 4 subsequently attacked the squad that was still in place. It was becoming apparent that Op 4 was mainly using hit and run tactics.
Lightfighter 1, this is Lightfighter actual. Keep security 360 and inform me of any enemy activity that you see or hear. Copy that.
Blue 4 would eventually be able to establish a foothold and occupy the main entrance with the rest of their platoon. However, they quickly learned that the road was mined. They would not be able to take their technical into the AO.
Space out right there. You need to go to the side of the road facing that way.
This your whole team? Yeah, everybody's there. I don't want to get physical. Can I get over here and show you anybody?
I believe so. So you're a YouTuber, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Why don't you give us an update on what's going on?
Yeah, so we're out here in the field. We've taken contact a couple times. We're trying to establish a patrol base and set up to launch some aggressive raiding procedures or patrolling procedures, patrol to contact, try to identify the enemy and take the hate to them.
What kind of contact have you guys had so far?
Sporadic, probably probing. They've come up and engaged us. We've engaged back, and they've typically disengaged pretty quickly and skedaddled out. So Pretty light contact so far,
It's like
but
hit and run tactics.
definitely, yes, sir.
Okay, I just heard you say something about this road up here. What'd you find?
There's a mine up there.
What kind of mines?
It looked like an anti-tank mine.
Anti-tank mines? Okay. What's your YouTube channel again?
G-Watt Alchemist.
Awesome. Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir.
Find our PB in here so we can start running operations. And basically we're just pulling up to the high ground. We're going to clip all that. We'll clear back to it here in a minute.
Up this trail right here, 20 yards, there's a fucking 18 mine and a bunch of disturbed dirt, so I imagine there's a lot more shit in there.
Okay. Well, I guess get everyone pulling security, get calling into higher.
Yep.
And
make sure everyone's on speed. 100%.
Lightfighter 2, this is Lightfighter actual. Pull back to the PB. I'm gonna grab 2 guys, pull back to the PB. Have 2 guys drop our rucks and we're gonna start pushing the AO. I'm still trying to decide as far as how we, I mean, I guess I could just tell everyone, load up your gear and we're gonna hike it in there further and then just ditch the technical.
Yeah, I think that's what we do.
Okay.
I mean, the technical's not going to help us. You can't get that far from the road, so
Right. What do you
we're going to fight.
What would you do if you're in this situation?
I would, if find out once Squad 2 is back, or if we find out now Squad 2 found a probable location for the PB. If they have, then
Lightfighter 1 actual. This is Lightfighter 2 over.
Lightfighter 1. Lightfighter actual. Go on. What do you say?
Does he want? Do you want all his guys pulled back?
Yes, pull them back.
So find out where if there is a PB location already found. If not, then we'll need to find one. So I would have all the rucks unloaded here, pull back. Once Squad 2 is back, have Squad 1 get their rucks, go up, post security, bring Squad 2 back, get their rucks. Once they're back up there and join up back with Squad 1, then I would push forward to whatever the location discovered for the PB is. And then if we don't have a PB location discovered already, then I would scout, recon enforce essentially, because we are running out of daylight and running out of time to find the enemy.
100%. And that's where he's got a PB he likes right there. So I'm going to do exactly what you're saying. I'm going to technical, bring back up to your PB spot. That's what we had. That's the spot you had. As soon as you get your stuff back up there, full 360 security. And Squad 1, they grab their gear, and they're all going to take the PB. And then from there, we're going to start pushing south and getting recon into the southern objective. So we got to keep moving. That's probably right here. Keep your rucks.
Well, I think we were planning on
At that point, we're tripod mounted. You've got, I don't know, you want to manage your truck security, but like, you got options, right?
Okay.
Okay.
That's needed. I was just trying to figure out.
Okay.
Once Blue 4 established a patrol base, they subsequently stashed their rucks and established a plan for conducting a movement to contact to the edge of the lake in the center of the AO.
Second squad, you guys are going to be on the left with the PSG. First squad, you're going to be on the right with myself. We're going to do a maneuver to contact, bounding overwatch. If the left side or if squad 2 gets into contact, then right side or the squad 1 will begin to maneuver. And same if squad 1 gets in contact, squad 2 is to maneuver. If this is a far ambush, the squad that's under attack is basically going to set down, lay support, and give the maneuver element the ability to maneuver up to the enemy and box him in. If it is a close ambush, then the squad under ambush is just going to push and basically assault straight through to take out the enemy as quick as possible.
What's your limit advance? Where are you headed?
Limit advance?
Yeah.
We're headed to the lake. Is this if we get into contact or just our...
No, let's say there's no contact. How far are you going?
Okay. We're going to the west of the lake.
The west of the lake?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's no further than the south edge of the lake, maybe.
Correct, yeah. If we get to the point, don't go further south of that. At that point, we're going to set, we're going to grab water, like reassess one more time so that we can start sending recons into the southern AO.
We're going to do a bounding overwatch. Team 2 is going to be on the left side. Team 1 on the right side. We're basically just going to push forward together to the lake edge, the western edge of the lake. Do not go past the tip. We're going to stay just back of it and use that spot as a
new sub PB that we can collect water from, whatever, and from there we're going to start pushing out recons into the southern AO. Now, if anyone gets into contact, squad 2 gets into contact, if it is a close ambush, push through, right? If it is a far ambush, lay support while the other squad maneuvers into position. Same with you guys. If you get into close ambush, push through. If you get into a far ambush, lay support and let the other squad maneuver into position. TL, that is going to be your call of, is this a close ambush or is this a far ambush? So, you know, I think both of you guys know the distances and how to judge that. And so just make a call right away so you guys know close ambush, far ambush. Instead of contact, I want close ambush, far ambush. Any questions from there? All right. Basically, as we get down in there, we're starting to get into enemy territory. We're going to have to keep the chatter to a minimum and basically get in, pull 360 security, use your best judgment, look around. If you see that something isn't being filled, you know, as we get there, just try to take into that spot yourself until TLs or someone are able to come around and readjust your fire, okay? PSG?
Yeah.
Anything?
Nope.
All right.
Blue 4 would push all the way up to the lake without contact. They would eventually establish a position on the far eastern side of it.
East. Northeastern are going to be east. And number 2 is going to take the easternmost edge of security. Is that fair?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find out.
PL, what's going on?
Okay, so we are basically, a lot of this is kind of thick in here right on the side of the lake. And so we're basically going to push squad 1 stagger formation up the trail just to the peak of the lake, up to this location here. And we have them dive off to the left side, set a line. And then squad 2 is also, as soon as squad 1 dives off, squad 2 is going to join in and set off the side. This inside bit is a little bit thick, so if they try moving through there or along the trail, we'll have teams here and here, basically watch and overwatch. Once we make this position, we're going to count water, check see where we're at, and start sending recon to check the south sector.
Okay.
Not too long after occupying their position, a single Op 4 came riding down the trail on an electric motorcycle, conducting reconnaissance.
First squad support, second squad. Square up around, bound up. Second squad up. Move around their left side.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
First squad, hold the lake, cover fire while second squad maneuvers. First squad, give me a distance and give me a report.
That's right. Yes, still moving? No.
Roger. Okay, team 2 online. Team 2 online. Hey.
Alpha team, get online.
Once the Op 4 was down, Blue 4 members quickly moved in on him to try to exploit any intelligence he may have on his person. During this process, there was a blue and blue incident that took place due to the lack of communication between the two squads.
My cell phone. Yeah, well, you want to try and unlock it and get in my GPS?
I could do that, but I'm kind of retarded when it comes to phones. So.
It's a code, and you can't get it off my dead face.
That is true. That is a good point. All right, boys, spread it out. 360 it.
360. I'm trying to think if I actually do have anything else.
Yeah, you're good. If you don't have anything,
Start team tack, take the north side.
Hey, just crossfire, over.
Hey! Hey! 3 of you are dead! You're dead! You're dead! And you're dead over there! Friendly fire!
Y'all just smoked your own guys.
Hold up here. Real quick.
Hey, two of you two right here. Hats off. 10 minutes, dead.
Right here?
Yep, me too. PL, you know what's going on?
A little bit. So it sounds like first squad pretty much got wiped, and I'm basically coming in. I need to grab my first squad leader or my second squad leader, and I think we're probably just going to push up and try to secure any extra equipment on the dead bodies and try to find any intel or on the casualties, and yeah, no, I mean, looks like these guys didn't get positive ID, and as the right side, as squad 1 was bounding forward, left squad started to put guns on them and set it on the enemy.
Okay, figure it out. You got 6 minutes, and then they're back in.
I guess so I would say locate the enemy, have everybody else rest.
Yeah. Can I get you guys to push? Basically, my map here. I want you to push.
You don't even really have to locate them. Maybe if we can eliminate some space that they could be in, just it's going to be really hard to find them in the dark. That's the thing. Right?
Yeah, most of my guys got nines.
Okay.
I got a good chunk of guys that got nines. So.
I know APL has thermal, but I don't know if we'll be able to find them or not. But.
And that's where, if you're able to stick basically directly southwest as a heading, maybe slightly west of that, then you can almost recon our left side, make sure they don't have a PB down this, and like basically go down and back. And I guess when you get down, give me a report, and then when you come back, yeah. And then based off of that, I'll try to see what Team 2 has for guys, and I might push them around the edge of the lake to see what they have.
I was about to say, if we can get 2 separate recons out, we can probably get a lot more space going.
Yeah.
So we're gonna recon the west side. So basically, we're gonna be going through that hog.
We're gonna come across here.
Yep.
To that main road over there, and then cutting south.
Yep.
Okay.
I suppose we don't know what's ahead on the trail, essentially where it does a curve. Okay.
Yep. If anything does occur on the trail, our immediate objective is to just break
well,
action.
100%. I mean, we should, as soon as it's not to our advantage, we should get off the trail.
Yeah, break contact. Get the like if we run into any sort of our biggest thing is not getting into a gunfight.
Okay.
So if we do run into any sort of combat or anything like that, it's break contact immediately. Get the fuck back here. Report and all that good stuff.
That's when gunfights happen when you don't want one, right?
Exactly. So what we're planning on doing shit.
You ready, guys? You guys ready to die?
No, always.
I already have.
Like the attitude.
Yeah, the great attitude, boys. We have the best.
We're gonna get killed by
We have the best attitude. Anybody got an extra base paint on them real quick?
Yeah.
Yes, I got candy paint.
I'm gonna borrow some.
Fresh layers for everybody.
Yep.
You cool
Yep.
with that?
What's you good with painting up, or do you even want to go on this?
You don't have
Yeah, I'll go.
You want? All right.
While the Blue 4 was preparing to send out a reconnaissance element, Op 4, having lost one of their reconnaissance bike patrols, now launched a larger force towards the Blue 4's area in response.
Call them out! Go there, boys! They're running. Just stay in cover. Enemies just down. 1 o'clock, 50 meters.
Lightfighter 1 to Lightfighter actual. We got enemy contacts 1 o'clock, 50 meters from our position. Got you. All right, I'm going to push some guys to my right. We're going to try and flank these bitches.
Call them out, Seth. Watch coming through this way. When you see him in the woods running,
Don't just unload a magazine, make your guns cock. Try and put your shot between somebody else's. Yep. Conserve your ammo. You still got 16 hours left. 18 hours. Let's go! Cover fire!
Following their engagement, Blue 4 would kick out their recon element and go into a rest cycle. An OC swap would also take place, enabling me to leave the Blue 4 as the OC and jump in as a combatant on the Op 4 side.
Just make sure they are. And Nikki. 50% security.
Alright guys, just did an OC swap, so I'm over here at the Op 4 base. So, kind of a little ad hoc shanty town, but we have a tower right down this road. It's got a machine gun in it, another fighting position. Getting changed over to Tiger Stripes for the Op 4, and gonna go put a little pressure on the Blue 4.
So, and I'm talking thick shit, where it's, granted they won't see you, but they're gonna fucking hear you.
So that's where we duck to evade them. Alright, and this is oriented to you as far as how the orientation is.
So you're like, if I was to scale this, like, I would put us, like, fucking here. And so, like, the trail essentially, like, does this shit. Because this is a straightaway, essentially.
That once it turns into a 90, it's gonna be a straight shot. You could fucking post a sniper at the end.
If they don't have a motherfucker sitting in the deer stand, too.
Yeah. And that's what I was fucking scoping.
With the Blue 4 now on rest cycles, and in the planning phase for their upcoming raid, it was time to throw a monkey wrench in the equation with a large attack from Op 4.
Right.
Hey, where they at?
RTO, how many guys are up over there?
Most of my squad's got fucking lights. Hang on just a second.
And over there.
Set.
On the right! Hold! Blue on the right, don't shoot the blue! Kill him!
Alright, do we have security on this left side? Watching our back too?
Yes.
Alright.
You have rest cycles and push the security points out further away from us, or are we going to move and find a new spot to set?
I mean, they already know we're here. If we push the, I mean, I think we might as well just do rest cycles. We can just push out security points and LP, or excuse me, and OPs, and just fucking, you know, we'll just ride the lighting, take the ass beating, return fire when we need to.
And the moment they think we're here, and if they can move up to X amount, if we push guys out, they'll come sneak in and have them line them up last second, right? So boom.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll take some of my shooters, I'll put them down there on that roadway that they keep liking to come into, as well as fucking, we can push them out, spread them out here a little bit, where they're watching that goalie, because I imagine that's how they came in. It was around this fucking goalie over here, around that little river area, and shot straight right above us here. So if we can fucking, I'll take some of my shooters and line them up around there, and then eventually I'm gonna go grab my ruck so I can get new socks.
How many guys are on your team?
I got
your squad.
Plus trucker, I got fucking 10 dudes.
10 dudes. Okay.
Yep.
Following the attack, Op 4 made its way back to camp. We weren't sure if the Blue 4 had fully located the camp yet, so we wanted to give them something to hone in on in case they still had patrols out. So we had a small fire going in the middle of the camp. The Op 4 camp was defended by a few fighting positions and a tower that covered the main avenue of approach, which was the trail that led into the site. There was also 2 early warning perimeter devices set up on the trail in order to give Op 4 a heads up if Blue 4 was heading down it. Op 4 would also manage its own internal security at the location. The Blue 4 ultimately planned for their raid to be in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah. If anything,
Can I inject real quick, Lucas?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, guys. I know everybody's on the fritz right now. I want to keep this nice and organized. We're going to be stepping off here. Everyone that's capable. It's about a 400 meter, maybe 500 meter movement straight south along this trail that's next to us, okay? At that point, we will hit an east-westing trail. We will turn right. That will be west. We will follow it down approximately 400 or so meters. At that point, that will make our assault position. At that point, Lucas will be then setting in assault and support teams, okay?
As Blue 4 approached the Op 4's camp, their point man tripped one of the early warning devices. Thinking that it was contact, Blue 4 began firing and getting online. Now that Blue 4 had compromised the element of surprise, they would now face an Op 4 that was completely at stand to and ready to fight. As you can see, here's an element from Blue 4 moving down the trail. I was in the tower that was covering the road, and there was an Op 4 sentry below the tower. I would initiate with the auto rifle, but I would only get one round off because I had a failure to extract on the gun. I then grabbed my rifle to ensure that I could dump a rapid rate of fire into the enemy patrol that was moving down the trail. After the magazine was burned through, I would clear a stoppage and get the auto rifle back up and running.
On the left, Ken! Hey, there's a friendly on the left! OC coming in. What's up?
As part of their raid, Blue 4 was tasked with locating some Op 4 pie irons that were stashed away somewhere in the camp. Once Blue 4 had completed their search of the camp and located the irons, they would begin to extract from the objective.
Are you Randall? Yeah. What's up, bud?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys fucking lit them up, man.
Those pews scared the fuck out of him, huh?
Oh, yeah.
There's actually two there.
They hit the first tripwire, and they thought they cut contact.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching them on the thermal. Ken was below me. I told him to hold his fire and see how they react to the pews.
The successful completion of the raid would mark the culmination of the FTX. Everyone would then make their way back to the FOB for a debrief on the entirety of the FTX.
myself the team tactical trigger. I couldn't get a fucking shot off.
Want man bedroom. Oh yeah. Then you snuck in at the perfect time.
All right, so obviously I wasn't with you guys for the entirety of the FTX, but I saw essentially the first half. Okay, so I just want to start from the part that I had eyes on you guys. So let's start on our timeline. When were we supposed to step off?
8 o'clock.
08, right? Okay, so when you're given a hard time of 08 to step off, and there's a reason for that, right? Because we got a 5 1/4 movement. Ask motherfucker, right? The higher that sun gets in the sky, the harder it's going to be. The more suck factor it's going to be, and the more chances we have of dudes going down. Okay, so if you got a hard time at 08, like 08 means fucking 08. 08 means that boot is stepping in route down range. So what we need to do, okay, in order to make that hard time is say, hey, we're stepping at 08. Now we're going to start planning backwards. Okay, so if we're stepping at 08, well, at 0730, hey, I'm doing my final fucking comm check with hire to make sure I'm fucking, good to go and everything else. PCCs and PCIs were done like an hour before that. Okay, rehearsals were done an hour before that. All right, so you start back planning. So that way you make that hard time. Because what happened was 08 came, I looked at my watch and I start hearing, all right, now we're gonna, get up and we're gonna practice battle drill fucking alpha, whatever the fuck the Army calls it or whatever. All right, and I'm like, whoa, patrol leader. Hey, you got a fucking 08 hard time to step. Like the sun's getting, I'm looking at it. It's literally fucking rising, and the higher that bitch gets, the hotter it gets.
And I want to jump in. That's partially my fault because I told the PL they're allowed to take as long as they want for rehearsals for their patrol. That's typically what we do. Also, we're typically not dealing with fucking brutal sun on a 5 mile infill.
Hey, welcome to Texas.
So yeah, so it's a little bit of both. That one's on me. I kind of said, I told Lucas when his op order was going to be.
Yeah.
And I told him when his step time was going to be. And I didn't give him much time to play, do anything that he wanted to do in there. So
yeah,
that's
no worries.
That's on me.
And again, this isn't just like isolated to this specific training event, right? This is across the board. Future, think about this stuff. Okay, everything you do here or did here today is going to be applicable to something down the road. Okay, so these are all things I'm throwing out there to just think about in the future, right? So lessons learned. So yeah, back plan. So always start with, hey, my step time is this. I'm going to start back planning what I need to do ahead of time, okay? Understanding that you guys have some time constraints too because of the nature of the Lightfighters program. You guys are showing up like the day prior and you literally have a 1-day FTX. So you don't have, for instance, like one Shepherd where you have the whole week to work with guys and get used to dudes before you step off on an FTX. It's longer than this one, okay? So I understand you got a handicap there, but you gotta work with what you got, right? Okay, so you guys had a technical in the fight, right? So you had a upgun asset. Hey, you have the technical. It has space to haul rucks, haul more water, right? You guys could have requested more water. More ammo can or more water cans. I would have given to you. Okay, you could have taken the shit. You took one down range, and you guys stepped off with your rucks, and then you like progressively threw them into the truck on the way there. Okay, I'm not for training purposes. You want to get that practice with that ruck. I get it. Great. I'm just talking about in general in the future. If you have that type of asset where you can stage that rucks, think about that kind of stuff, right? Take the load off the guys. Put it with that stuff. On that note, hey, you guys were only stepping off on a 24-hour op, right? You should not have a fucking tractor trailer attached to your back for a 24-hour op. So you guys have seen assault packs, right? Another name for an assault pack is a 3-day pack. A lot of times it's called. Okay, that little pack is designed to sustain you for 3 days of operation. Okay, so if you took your whole sleeping system, you're off. All right, you should have looked at the weather considerations. Okay, this isn't Winter Forge. This isn't fucking, Missouri right now. Man, it's still fucking hot as shit at night. So at most, you should have had a Ranger roll, a poncho liner, and a poncho, right? So you don't need that big ass fucking sleeping system. Leave it. Same is true with the isomat, in my opinion. What's the purpose of the isomat? Insulate you from the ground, right? The ground's pulling that heat out of you. Right. The fucking heat is not going away, goddammit. So what does it matter? Right? So I don't need a fucking isomat. Okay, so those are things you need to think about. Okay, so that should have been caught on those PCCs and PCIs. All right, squad leaders, team leaders, looking at this. Like, you guys remember that scene in Platoon?
Yeah.
Hey, fucking troop.
I was trying to find that
clip
the other
Yeah,
day.
that shit should have happened. Some of y'all had some huge fucking rucks.
All I do shit.
Hey, this one's near and dear to my heart because I'm originally a 0331 machine gunner. All right, that's what 0331 comes from, if you don't understand. All right, so you guys moved up with the freaking technical. All right, as soon as you cross in the AO, I gave you a heads up, like, hey, you guys are crossing into Indian territory, okay? You kept your technical in the very back and all your dismounts up ahead. All right, if I was going to be moving into combat, I wanted to get that up gun closer and up to the fight, right? I'm not saying push it all the way up to where you have no dismounts and now it doesn't have any protection with your dismounts, but at least get it further up into the fight, right? So if something, look at, what is this road?
Straight away.
High-speed avenue approach.
Danger area. Avenue
It is the likely avenue of enemy approach, right? You know this is the enemy's AO, and you're heading into it. So if I'm going to put my up gun on something, like an enemy vehicle, where would an enemy vehicle come from? It's going to be coming from down this road, right? So I want to get my up gun oriented on that road. So at certain times, that up gun was oriented into the tree line, and in the tree line were your dismounts, your troops in front of the fucking up gun. And no one was covering that main avenue of approach, right? And that's how the fucking OPFOR were able to walk up and essentially take out the technical and the command team undetected. So I talked to PL on it already, but just make sure if you have crew serve weapons, you have belt-fed weapons like these automatic rifles that you guys are employing, which are fucking awesome. I got to shoot one of those FRTs for the first time tonight. That was badass.
Nice. Was mine good for you?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, those are great assets. Utilize those on likely avenues of enemy approach. All right, trails, roads, any places you think that the enemy's going to be coming in. That's where your belt feds. That's where your automatic rifles. That's where those suckers need to be put. All right, when you're in ambushes, you're in the defense. Orient them there, and then fill in your riflemen. Okay, so use those assets to your advantage. Just overall field discipline, guys. Clearly that was lacking.
I'll say who.
So, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? If that was the real deal, you guys wouldn't have done half the shit you did out there in the field.
No, we'd been dead. So,
right. But, regardless, hey, you motherfuckers are out here training, and that was a grueling exercise, and I'm telling you, it's the tough ones you remember, right?
You're already better than anyone who ever did this.
It's the tough ones you remember. And who were my three little recon bubbas that when everybody smoked, they volunteered to go fucking find the objective?
Where's one? There he is.
Hey, come up here real quick. Just stand up here. Yeah, I wanted to recognize these guys because, hey, you guys made a 5 mile, more than 5 mile fucking movement, right? And then you pushed in and you set up a second patrol base. And then you still had a mission of finding the enemy, right? So that you could have the follow-on actions of launching that raid on the enemy's objective, right? So if it wasn't for these guys, you guys wouldn't have accomplished your mission because you wouldn't have known where the fuck the enemy was. So, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for these guys.
And then PL, come here. I know that was a fucking pain in the ass, and it's hard. Hey, it's hard to lead your peers, right? So, hey, good job with what you got. I know there's a lot of fucking lessons learned, all right? You only get better. right? If you don't do this shit, you never fucking learn. If you don't fail, you don't learn from your fucking failures. I failed. I learned from my failures.
I appreciate every lesson I learned out here today.
And then, just in closing, fellas, I just want to say once again, thank you for coming out here and taking part in this very first exercise. I've gathered so much data in my head and proved concepts that were literally just in my head that I know when I have ammunition. So for the next event that's similar to this, I can make those adjustments to what didn't work, what did work, and everything else. So for that, thank you all for coming in and taking part in this new little slice of heaven for me. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Else got anything?
No, guys, that's it. Final thank you. It's 6:31, guys. We're cutting you loose. Be safe on the road, please. Please be safe on the road, guys. I know everyone's very tired. So you guys know I'm not gonna tell you how to do that. Any questions for me while you can get me?
There's coffee in the percolator.
Thank God. I'll be hanging around for a little bit, getting all the shit out of the way and getting loaded up again. So thank you guys. Cool. Appreciate you. Hope to see you guys all back again. Okay.
Thanks, Brock.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Sorry,
Brock.
I'm blinded by
How
light.
long can people hang out if they need to rest?
I'm gonna be here probably till the fucking PM. So.
Okay.
Hang out as long as you want. And if you're tired, sleep.
Yeah. Al. If you're tired, take a nap and come out somewhere.
You made it, brother.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys. Take it easy.
Yeah, dude. I'll see you at one of these events. I got a hooch and cots over there too. If you want to sleep there.
Safe on that long trip, bud. Good to see you. Yeah, you too.
As always, brother, get fucking right in here.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you fucking stayed, dude.
Do it again.
I was wondering that. I was driving back. I was like, I wonder if that dude was in the final assault.